Hi everyone. I know I haven't made a video in a while, and so I figured since I had a little bit of time and it was nice and quiet, I would actually go ahead and make a video. There's a few reasons why it's been a while since I made a video. One, I've been working a lot of overtime, so when you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be at work and you don't get off until almost 4 o'clock, and then you try and go to the gym or work out, and then you work Saturdays, from 4:30 until, 10 in the morning. It's just time. Also, I've gone through a gain cycle, and when you gain a little bit of weight, you really am not motivated to make a motivational weight loss video to help motivate other people because you're so frustrated with yourself about gaining weight that you don't really want to make a video. So that's pretty much why it's been a little while since I made a video, but I figured I would just suck it up and make a video and just kind of give you my last few months progress and kind of what's been going on. So I figured I would go ahead because I know some people have asked me why I haven't made one, and it's pretty much it. Since I have a little bit of time and it's nice and quiet, as long as my dog don't start barking and, nobody's here and it's just me, I figured I would take the time to make a video. I do want to apologize that if I start to ramble, my ADD is kind of messing with me today, and in the middle of a sentence, I'll kind of forget what I'm talking about. And so if that happens, I apologize, but I took my medicine, but I'm just having one of those days. And I guess I have a pretty bad headache, so that might be contributing to just, forgetting what I'm saying. And I really hate that because I'll start to talk about something and I'll have a point to it, and then all of a sudden, halfway through my point, I don't know where I'm going with the story and what my initial point was. And then I have to try and backtrack and remember, what was I talking about? And why am I talking about this? So it happens all the time, unfortunately, when you have ADD. So if I kind of ramble a little bit, I do apologize. I don't mean to do that. So excuse me if that happens. My body, I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis. It is an autoimmune disease with your thyroid, and your thyroid will attack your body will attack your thyroid because it's an invader. It's kind of like allergies. Your body's allergic to, your thyroid, and the hormones go throughout your entire body. So, I got diagnosed when I was 22. I had it for years before, but I wasn't diagnosed. And so from 22, that was 2002, until, I was 31, 2011, I really didn't have that many issues. I go in, get checked, be done. It was just, a little bit of joint pain, but a lot of that was from, when I was my heaviest, I was 330 on record. My scale, once you hit 330, it just said error, error. So I honestly don't know how heavy I got. I just know at 330, it says error. And so, I don't know exactly how heavy I did get, but 330 on record. So I have a lot of knee issues. Stupid knee. I tell you, if you've seen my other videos, I just chop it off from the knee down because I have so many issues with this stupid leg. But when I was 22, up until I was 31, I really didn't have any issues with my thyroid. My sugar would crash, and that would be my sign to go get checked by my doctor because that means my labs are off. Well, if you follow my videos and my page, you know that in 2011 to 2012, I went through a lot of medical issues, and it led to the discovery of tumors in my abdomen. I have a video, it's a little long, about my medical nightmare, and it kind of goes through a lot of what I went through. As long as that video is, I think it's like 28 minutes. It didn't even cover half of what I went through, but I figured, 30 minutes is long enough. So if you want to watch that one, you kind of get a point to where I was going and just how everything happened. But I never really had that many issues, but once you start having symptoms, they don't go away after that. So unfortunately, ever since that all happened, I now have the joint flares and I have a lot of other symptoms. I still have the red patch on my leg, which I don't know if it's ever going to go away. I really hope so, because it's kind of embarrassing when you wear shorts and you have this big, stain of, now it's kind of like a brownish red, but, more brownish. It's all over my legs. So a lot of people say they don't notice it, but I think they're just really being polite, and I appreciate it, but, I just don't wear a lot of shorts. So I'm waiting for that to go away, and the joint pain, and, just other things. So I've been having quite a few issues lately. I'm going to see my doctor about tomorrow, and I guess I'll get a little bit to that later. But since the last video I've made, I've gained a little bit of weight. With my Hashimoto's, in 2011, I had lost 135 pounds. And it was not easy by any means, but I didn't really gain. I mean, I would gain a pound or 5 pounds here and there, and that was pretty much it. So, you know, I kind of got a little bit of a big head about it. Like, I don't see how all these people gain weight, you know, at 5 or 10 pounds. I catch myself and, you know, and I kind of, you know, was kind of bitchy about it. And I didn't mean to be, but I kind of was, and I appreciate the weight that I gained from the tumors because it kind of knocked me off my high horse, and I appreciate and respect it a lot more now. But in 2011 and 2012, I went through a lot of medical issues, like my other video. It has a lot of it. Anyway, I gained 90 pounds in 6 months. And of course, we didn't know why until we found the tumors. Well, in the end of 2012, I had them removed along with, it was 3 major surgeries kind of back to back within 6 weeks. So, and after the tumors were removed, I lost weight. You know, great, back to myself working out and everything. And I lost around 50 pounds. Actually, I think it was around 50 or 60 pounds. And, you know, got back down, and I was very happy. But once my body hits a certain point, you'll gain. That's just how my body works, I guess. Once I hit a certain point, my body doesn't like it, or if I lose too much too quickly, I'm not sure exactly what it is. My body just freaks out. And once I, like with the 135, I lost, I think, 80 pounds in 1 year at the time, because I really started just, you know, kicking my own ass. So I had lost 80 pounds that year. Once I get to a certain point, all of a sudden I'll just stop. And within days, I can gain 10 pounds in like 3 days. And I usually think, oh, it's just water. It's not. Unfortunately, that water weight will just, I'll slowly start gaining. And that's what happened with the tumors the first time. I gained 90 pounds in 6 months. It was very quickly. And of course, I knew something was wrong then, and that's why. But once I had the tumors removed, I didn't expect to go through that gain cycle again. Well, here I am. So once I lost, it was around 60 pounds, and I lost it pretty quickly within, you know, like 5 months. Once my body hit 223, that was a Sunday I weighed myself. By Wednesday, I gained 10 pounds. So I'm like, okay, water weight, not a big deal. My leg, you know, with all the issues it has, it can swell, and I'll gain weight. Yeah, no, not the case, not water weight. Within, what, 4 months, I put on 45 pounds again. And I will lose weight, body freaks out, immediately I'll gain weight, no matter what I do. It is not like all of a sudden I'm just eating, you know, chocolate-covered fried chicken dipped in ranch. I'm not hitting the buffet every day. And I don't know what it is, but my body just, I don't know if it just doesn't like it, if it's too quick, or it just ties into my autoimmune disease to where it freaks out and I'll just gain weight. And when you go through that, you're not really motivated, again, to make these videos. And it's very frustrating. And you get embarrassed because it's like, you know what's going on, and you know it's not you, and you know that you're trying your hardest. And I mean, when I go through that, I get frustrated and I do slack off a bit because you're very discouraged. And when you're very discouraged, just like, well, why do I bother? Why am I going to the gym? I'm just going to, you know, not lose anything. And, you know, 1 day will equal 2 days will equal a week. And so then I'll catch myself. So, you know, it's very frustrating. But it's more frustrating when you have people who, they see that you're gaining weight, even though they fully understand that you have, you know, a medical issue. They don't get it. And part of me, I understand that people don't get it. Unless you go through it, unless you go through a medical condition, people are just not sympathetic. And they don't understand. And I don't wish anyone to go through it for them to understand. I just wish people would try and understand. Most people don't even try. And they just, you know, discount you because, well, she's gaining weight. Obviously, she's, you know, preaching it, but she's not following it. And, you know, she's talking about eating healthy and exercise, and she has a weight page, and, you know, she's trying to motivate others, and look at her gaining weight. I hear it. I do. And it's more frustrating to me because I know I'm trying. I know I'm not doing anything. I know it's just my body. And it's already hard enough to gain weight without other people kind of making you feel bad about it and putting you down about it. And I don't need that. And it's very frustrating. But I just want people to know that no matter what you go through, you can do this. And I know my body, once I gain the weight that I gain, usually it'll take about 3 or 4 months to gain it, unfortunately. And then it can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months for my body to settle down again to where I can even start losing weight again. And that's kind of where I am now, to where my body's just now slowly creeping down. It'll go down a few pounds and then back up. And so that right there is, I'm starting to know that, okay, my body's starting to relax and is starting to allow myself to lose. I would like to get to a point where I know when my body's going to freak out so I don't hit that. But I don't know, that might just be how it is with me. Luckily, every time I gain, it's not as much as I've lost. Like I've lost, I think it was what, 60 pounds? Well, I only gained 45 back. So, you know, and when I lost 135, I only gained 90. So I'm still nowhere near the 300, 330 I was, but it's still very frustrating. And with all the symptoms I'm having, I do see the doctor again tomorrow because I'm having more symptoms. And I've noticed that when my body swings hyperactive, you're supposed to lose weight without trying. I mean, you're supposed to just lose weight, especially if you're eating right and you're exercising. My body does not do that. My body will gain weight when I'm hyperactive. I've been hyperactive for the last year, and they've lowered my medicine and kept lowering it. And again, I see the doctor tomorrow. But it's frustrating because you're thinking, oh, well, you're hyperactive. You're supposed to be losing weight. And my body's like, nah, you're going to gain. So I'm backwards. Whenever I'm normal or a little low, I can gain. But again, when you have Hashimoto's, you swing. So it's trying to control it, because with the medicine, they can't adjust it so drastically because it can affect your heart. So, you know, I'm to the point now where I'm working out. I even bought a Fitbit. I got it for Christmas for myself, a little expensive, but I have a little pouch where I wear it around my ankle, because if I'm, you know, at the grocery store or if I'm at the park walking my dog, you know, it goes by you swinging your hand. And if my hand's, you know, on a leash for a dog or it's on a cart, it's not going to count my steps. So I have like a little bootleg fanny pack looking thing around my ankle where I have it in there, and I tuck it in my sock. And so I know that I'm getting a lot of my steps in because it, you know, it counts all your steps. But, you know, it's just, I also, you know, with the weight gain and everything, again, sorry, my ADD. One thing I did want to say about the gaining weight and everything, and when I gained a lot of the weight, I kind of, like I said, I was a little bit on a high horse about it. Well, gaining weight made me very sympathetic towards other people. It made me more understanding of other people. And again, when I lost 135 and I would just gain 5 or 10 pounds and, you know, I'd be back on it, I did have a big head and I didn't understand how people could gain so much weight and all this. And now I do get it. I'm a lot more sympathetic. I'm a lot more understanding. And I greatly appreciate that, because I did not want to be one of these bitchy people who lost weight and looked down on everybody else. That is not my intention. That's not ever what I wanted to be. But I kind of see that's where I was going. And so I am glad that I gained the weight, because I am very understanding now. And, you know, shit happens. And no matter how hard you try, even though people look at you with a side eye and just say, oh, well, again, she says all this stuff, but obviously she's not working for her. I get it. So I am very sympathetic towards people now.